quick aside here as we get back on our state track preview. We were just talking about this.
You're not Trevor.
What? Oh, yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Okay. We were just talking about this. There's a NBA Finals preview. NBA Finals begin tonight in Oakland. And there's an NBA Finals preview circulating around the internet from Chinese Taipei. And it might be the funniest thing you see all year. I posted on my Twitter account, so check that out if you get a sec. But wait until 4 o'clock to do it because we have 2 more segments to go. In the studio now, we have some speed. We have Marcus Watkins from Bakersfield High, Darius Smith from Ridgeview's back in, and Curtis Threlkeld from North, and Trevor Martin from Centennial. Clearly the best Trevor in the studio at this point.
Duh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Guys, thanks for being here. Congratulations on state.
Thank you.
Marcus, let's start with you. 100 meters, 200 meters, 4x1, right?
Yeah.
3 events. All at state. That's gonna be a busy day for you. What are you feeling like a day out?
Honestly, I'm feeling great right now. Training's going well. A lot of hard work's been coming to these for tomorrow, and hopefully I can make the Saturday. It pays off.
Yeah, state's sort of the holy grail. When you realized you were going to be in it in 3 events, what's that feeling like?
Honestly, it was just exciting because the last 3 years, I never really got to make it to state. Honestly, I never really made it to Valley just set for the 4x1. So
okay.
Just being in it for 3 events, it was like man, I bought myself 2 more weeks. So hopefully this hard work that I put in for these last 2 weeks, hopefully it just pays off.
Yeah, and this is it for you as a senior.
Yeah. So it's my last ride.
Yeah, this is a big weekend. Is for Darius too. Thanks for sticking around, Darius. And again, the 100, 200, 10.64. Is that your PR right now in the 100?
10.69.
10.69. Okay. I'm just trying to go to bat for you there.
Can
you get into the 10.5s, 10.4s? What are we looking at tomorrow?
Yeah, if everything falls in place, hopefully around that range.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're running there, let's be honest. That's moving. Curtis Threlkeld, friend of BVarsity. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
800 runner. And we talk about that being the most pain-inducing event in track and field. How did you become an 800 runner? How did you get roped into that?
Because I used to run the 100 back in elementary and stuff, but I didn't like staying in my lane, so I went for the shortest race and jumped an 8.
Okay. We asked Darius this earlier, and Trevor seems to be obsessed with the question: football or track, Curtis?
That's hard. Track.
Track now because it's the springtime, right?
Yeah.
And then in the fall we'll ask you again. It might
Marcus,
change.
you've played football or track?
And honestly, I would have to say football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. There's coaches listening to
Yeah.
this. I'm just kidding.
Sorry, coach. Have to do it.
No, we
Football.
got to be honest. And go ahead, Trevor.
Oh, I was going to say, Trevor, you're being here was a surprise for you, right? When you got in and you knew that you were in, because you ran in the first heat of the 400, correct?
Second heat.
Oh, you were in the second heat.
Yeah.
When you knew that you were in for state, how exciting was that for you?
It was really exciting because when the scores first went up, it had me ranked 4th, but then it changed to me being 3rd, and I flipped out after that. It was exciting. I'm really excited to be going to state finally individually because last year we went for the 4x4, but I really wanted to get in individually this year.
You say you flipped out. Describe flipped out. I mean, do you remember what you were feeling, or was it all just a blur at this point?
I remember just putting my hands on my head and walking around with this surprised look on my face that was just astonished. I was really happy, really excited. Now I'm just excited to run for state.
Has it kind of hit you in the 2 weeks since then that this is state?
Yeah, it kind of has. Just going back from last year, I've been training really hard. I've been on my own a lot because of graduation, and recently, the past 4 days, I've been on vacation, and the past 2 days I got sick, so I'm getting over that right now.
Oh, wow.
I'm really excited to go tomorrow and run.
Better sick early in the week than late in the week, I guess.
Curtis, last year, you were really disappointed that you weren't at this moment. How exciting has the last 2 weeks been for you, knowing that you're here?
It's great. I'm just trying to get rid of the seniors so I can make my time. They keep getting in my way, and it's great.
Talk about that last 200 meters. I mean, that was probably the most frantic I've seen the 3 of you run. You take the lead there at the turn, and then Connor Morello out of Clovis takes over, and then they kind of, Did you gas a little early there?
Yeah, because I was never really up in the front against Trevino ever. And just whenever I saw myself right by him, I was like, why not just do my thing? So I tried to take the lead, which I did for a minute, but it wasn't a smart decision. So hopefully at state, I make a better decision.
The 800 is so strategic. You got to be patient in that race.
Yes.
Was that one of those things where you knew that you were a state qualifier at that point because it was the three of you taking away the pack? Did you just say, you know what, let's go, let's try it?
Yeah, they were just being patient and just waiting for someone to do it. So I was just like, I guess I'll do it. So I did it, and it wasn't good for me. But
and that's funny because, well, that's in the story for tomorrow that we're doing on Isaac and for his head coach, Vondre Armour, is that, he was kind of upset that neither one of you were kind of doing anything. You guys were just kind of trailing behind him the whole time, and it was actually kind of upsetting him, which is a funny situation to go start to finish on that.
Yeah, I wasn't just being patient, so I was just like, why not just do it? So took the lead, and Connor passed me up, and I was wondering where Isaac was, and then Isaac came from nowhere, and that's how it happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
From the strategy of the 800 to the all-out sprint of the 100 and the 200, you guys have developed a nice little rivalry here this year. What has that been like? I mean, has it been pretty heated at times? Has it been friendly all the time? I mean, what's it been like racing against each other all year?
Honestly, it's been great. I feel like we've been pushing each other all year.
Yeah.
I feel honestly like racing him, it kind of brought the best out of me. It just knew that I had to work, even harder every week because I knew I have competition around here. So just racing Darius, honestly, it was the funnest thing this whole year.
Yeah.
Just racing Darius.
And Darius, you were the one who sort of came up onto the scene where Marcus was the guy at the beginning of the year. So you were chasing him a little bit, weren't you?
Yeah, nobody. I feel like I was really looked at the beginning of the year. So, yeah.
So you had to get yourself noticed, and that's how you do it.
Well, one of the funny things was leading up to, and Darius, you remember this moment, we were leading up to the state football game against Rev, and we were talking about how quick you are, and you said 4.3, and I was like, no way. And then I started watching you on the track, and I was like, okay, maybe he is in the 4.3 range because you're quick, very quick. Yeah, it was.
Have you guys looked at your heat? Do you know who's in your heat or anything? Or are you in the same heat? Anything?
No, not that I
I
know.
think
of.
it's random.
Yeah, I think it is too. So are those even out yet, Trevor?
I haven't even looked.
Okay.
It's one thing I was going to do to look. But
I think
no,
they
I
may
haven't
be
seen them.
coming out today, just as we speak.
Yep.
But does that matter to you? What your lane assignment, who you're running against? I mean, or is it just all the same?
To me, it's all the same because honestly, it's state. We had 2 weeks. It just depends on who's been working hard for these 2 weeks, and it's anybody's game. Anybody could take it. You never know what can happen.
And somebody fast is going to be in your heat, regardless of what you do. So,
question for Trevor and Curtis. Trevor, you also run the 800.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have a choice between the 4 and the 8? Which one's harder, and which one do you prefer? For both of you, Curtis, Trevor.
Go ahead.
For me, I definitely prefer the 4 because
It's
just a lot more
shorter?
fun to me. Yeah, it is shorter. That's a definite plus. But for the 8 just has too much of a leg burn. I mean, it just stays so much longer than a 4 leg burn, but I enjoy running the 4 a lot more. It's a lot more competitive. It's a lot quicker. And the competition all around is just great. So for both events.
how about you, Curtis? Do you prefer that strategy of the 8 or more of the let's go get him in the 400?
The 400, it's usually, it goes by lane assignment, I think, because I was in a bad lane at West Coast, and I was in lane 1. I run so good. And the 800, I like it because it doesn't matter what lane you're in, and you just do your thing.
As you said, you don't really like running in lanes necessarily, so you're kind of a free-ranging sort of guy. Well, guys, let's take a break. This is going to be our final break. Thanks for joining us, Marcus Watkins, Darius Smith, Curtis Threlkeld, Trevor Martin. Congratulations to all of you, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
And thanks, guys, and we'll take our last break and be back. Morgan Hill, Isaac Trevino, Bryce Huggins coming up next.